Today we have the new ESKUTE Electric mountain bike, and this is the unboxing video. So first we need to take all of the items out of the box. And inside this box we have the charger, some tools, and then we have the foot pedals and the user manual. And we need to remove all of the packaging first. And here we have the quick release. So quick release there. And the bike stand. Here we have the bike stand. Okay, first we need to take the Allen key and we need to release these two bolts and turn the stem 180 degrees. We need to keep the forks facing this way and turn the stem around. Like this way. Next we need to attach the handlebars into the stem. So we first need to remove these 4 bolts to take off the stem cover. Now this part can be a little bit tricky. First, we can add the 4 screws back quite loosely, and then when we tighten them properly, we need to do them opposites. So I will do this one first, and then move to this one. Now position the handlebars in the middle with a 15-degree decline. And then we can tighten the 4 bolts properly. Next, we need to remove this bolt. This bolt is just to protect the forks whilst the bike is being transported. So it's easy just to remove, undo these 2 bolts, lift up the bike and remove the screw. And then this can be thrown away in the rubbish. Now we need to turn the bike over, but to be careful to protect the display when the bike is upside down. Now remove the protective caps. Now remove this protection for the calipers. Now we need to attach the wheel, and first we need to align the disc brake with the calipers. Now it's time to attach the quick release. So be careful to make sure that the spring is facing this way around. We also need to be careful that the clip is the opposite side of the disc brake. First we insert, and then we just need to tighten like this. And you'll start to feel the bolt tighten, and then you can just press down the quick release. Now turn the wheel, and if you can hear some noise coming from the brakes, you need to release the caliper. To do this, just adjust this screw here. Now we need to attach the front light. To do so, face forward and screw into this position. And when the bolt's fully tightened, then the front light is finished. Position and attach the bike stand. First you need to release these 2 bolts. Place behind the bike frame and screw through, just like this. It's easiest to first hand tighten the bolts, and then you can use the provided Allen key. To adjust the bike stand, we just need to tighten and loosen this screw. Next, turn the bike over. It's easiest to hold the front suspension and this centre bar. Now we need to attach the pedals to the bike. When you remove the pedals from the box, be careful to read the instructions that are provided. You need to pay attention to the small lettering L and R to make sure you have the left and the right side for the bike. Now attach the pedal. First, it's easier to use just your fingers to tighten the bolt. For this bolt you need a size 15mm. With the pedals you need to hold tightly and make sure you tighten the bolts. And then the same again with this pedal. It's easiest to use your fingers to tighten the bolt all the way. Next, remove this cover and we need to tighten this bolt. We need to come around this side of the bike and we need to align the wheel with the handlebars. It's easiest to use the stem and your eye to try and align the two together. Once they are aligned, we can now use the Allen key to tighten these two bolts. Whilst tightening these bolts, be careful not to over tighten one before you can move on to the next one. So it's best to move from one bolt to the other. Now remove the cover and we need to tighten this bolt here. Once you've done that, you can come this side of the bike and we need to align the stem with the wheel. So make sure that you can use the stem and the wheel, align the handlebars, and then we can tighten these bolts. Make sure when you tighten these bolts that you can do one a little bit and then do the next one. And just keep working it like this until you can't tighten any further. Once finished, you can put the black cover back onto the bike. Now we can adjust the height of the seat. Just use the quick release and we can adjust the pole up or down. Be careful not to adjust past the safety line that's marked on the pole. It's best to adjust the seat according to your height and what's comfortable. And to tighten, just press the clip back down. Now it's time to remove the keys. So just remove this cable tie. With the bike we have a spare key and then your main key. Be careful to keep the keys separate from each other. Now these keys are for removing the battery. Now be careful not to lose the key. There's no other way to remove the battery. So after you've finished removing the battery, be sure to take the keys and keep them safe. Now when it's time to charge the battery, there's two ways. First, we can charge the battery here using this port, or the other way, using the key, you can release the battery and take it out so you can charge in your home. So here is the battery's safety lock. With it in the locked position, the battery can't be removed. But if you release the lock, and then the battery can then be removed. Here's the battery, and to charge, we have only one port. We only have one port. The same port can be used whether you want to charge the bike in the garage, or if you want to take the battery out and charge around the house. If you want to charge in the house, the same again, just remove the cover And once the battery is finished charging, be sure to then replace the cover to stop any dirt entering the battery. To charge the battery, just take the plug and insert like so into the battery. Make sure you do this one first, and then we can insert the plug into the mains. When you have the green light, that means the battery is fully charged, and when the light is red, that means the bike is still charging. When the bike's fully charged, just remove and be sure to reinsert the protective cap. Here we have the display. Use the power button, turn on the display. When it's like this, you know the bike's ready. And then we have the green button, which activates the horn. The bike has 6 different settings. 0 will allow the bike to go without any assistance. So by using this side, we can use the throttle and that way the bike will allow you to move on its own. Now, using the plus or the minus, we can change the different settings here. 1 to 5 is the different settings for assisted cycling. So when you cycle with the pedals, 1 till 5 will have the bike help you move forward. On the 0 setting,